Good evening, everyone. Today we have Group Captain Alok Kumar Chatterjee on our YouTube channel Discussion with Youth. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Aman.
Sir, today our subscribers want to know something about the interviewing techniques of the Service Selection Board that is being examined at the various Service Selection Board of the country, including the AFSB and the Naval Selection Board. Also, tell us about what are the body techniques one should maintain and what are the knowledge perspective he should present before the interviewer.
Well, you have actually placed a complete package to be answered. Okay, I will proceed step by step. First of all, you must understand that the interview word signifies that the assessor as well as the SSC both are interviewing each other. In fact, at the same time, the candidate also has some apprehension in his or her mind. I don't know how the interviewer will be, and the interviewer of course had gone through your personal information questionnaire which you had filled up on the first day on arrival. So based on those information, he has already had a portrait of yours which he has perceived in his mind that the boy is from Delhi, has acquired 96%, is extracurricular activities में has all participated, held all the responsible positions. So he should be like this. So he has already framed a picture in his mind. Now when the candidate arrives, he tries to match with his perceived image and the provided information on the PIQ. So this is what is the interview, and when you also enter, you also, I mean as a candidate, you also keep watching the interviewing officer. How is he? Is he pleasant to be talked to, or ये पता नहीं कैसे उखड़ा हुआ है? I mean all that sort of apprehensions because of the stress in your mind. Don't worry, it is not like that. You should go with your cool mind. Just go, sit over there. There will be a chair already placed there, and he will be a very, very pleasant person in the sense he will be very friendly. He will say, first, the moment, suppose you have gone, the moment he hears your footstep at the door, he will say, well, Aman, good morning, please come in, have your seat. There is a chair placed already. There is also a glass of water. If you want, you can have a glass of water. That sort of hospitality he will be extending to you. So you also should, while entering and while sitting, you just say, good morning, sir. Thank you very much, with a pleasant smile. You know, जो रामायण में जैसे श्री राम के दिखाता था ना, that हमेशा स्मित सी हंसी. So similar, like what you are now doing. Okay, fine. Now he would like to start off with certain, pleasantry question. But prior to that, I must tell you, there is a saying, कहते हैं जो दिखता है वही बिकता है, right? So while you are entering it, you should first very, very critically examine yourself in front of a mirror that are you wearing a proper dress? Okay, preferable dress should be a dark colored trouser, a light colored shirt or full shirt, whatever it is. If the weather permits, you can put on a tie matching with it. Do not go for those showbiz like, chakkar bakkar wala tie and, printed shirt and all those things. The more you can maintain the simplicity, the more you actually draw the attention of the interviewer. Do take care of your combing, your facial, these things, like if you are sporting a beard, then might as well trim it. If you are not, then kindly shave it properly. Okay, this all matters. Then the shoe as well. That should be any dark colored leather shoe will be preferable, not with those other what you see in the market nowadays. Okay. The socks, again, you must take care, because while you sit and while you fold your leg, that the tendency of the trouser is to move upward slightly. And as the interviewer is sitting around 6 to 8 feet away, he can watch actually what you are wearing. So never ever feel that I should wear or don't wear, it is all okay. No, it should be proper dark colored socks. Now, having said so, when you sit down, as I told, he will start off with the pleasantries, and just to make you comfortable, because you see, anybody when he enters and he knows that his future is going to be decided on this interview, based on this interview, he or she will be slightly nervous. That is natural. That much of leverage is accounted. So the interviewer will start off with those pleasantries, that how are you, where are you coming from, what do you do, and likewise, okay, how much time did you take to travel, how was the stay in your candidate mess, likewise. After that, he will tell you, yeah, well, Aman, I have been addressing you by name so far. Now I will address you by chest number. And thereafterwards, he will, like for the NDA candidate, there will be three volleys of questions. That means they are called as Comprehensive Information Questionnaire, CIQ. You have filled up PIQ, based on that he framed something, and then he will put up the CIQ. Please listen to the CIQ carefully. Okay, this is nothing. Don't get scared. It is a sequentially arranged question put up together at one go, just to see that whether the candidate is able to grasp all the questions and reply. Even if you fail to reply, don't worry, he will remind you at the end of your whenever you stop. Okay. So this type of three sets of CIQs will be posed to you. One from your childhood, with related to the parents, teachers, subjects, friends, and funding of your education. Second will be your relatives, friends, okay, and what are your choices, hobbies, and what all do you like to do, what all you dislike to do, likewise. And third will be what is your future goal, and if you become unsuccessful, then what. Likewise, these three sets will be posed to you. Now, while you are replying, and if your replies are matching all with the PIQ which you have given, it's all well and good, because the individual interview actually is slated to be completed within 40 minutes, not more than that. In case the interviewer is satisfied with your answer and he feels ki, okay, there is nothing more to actually probe in him to find out his subconscious mind, he might tell you, okay, thank you very much and all that thing, and you go. Yeah, also on the other side, if he has a doubt ki there is something wrong which is not matching, like he's trying to pose something which is not, then he will take some time to probe in it. Okay, and that is the time certain questionnaires like situations will be given to you, that how you are going to react to the situation to actually quantify the OLQ on which he has a doubt. Like for example, courage, okay, or initiative, or speed of decision. So he will pose that type of framed question where actually your this OLQ will get, replied, or his queries will be getting replied. This is how the interview does progress. Do remember to prepare yourself with at least two national headlines and the international news headlines, what I mean to say, on that day. So during your stay or prior to that, please go through the newspaper like what an ant does with the sugar can. Just उसको चाट डालो बिल्कुल बुरी तरह से. You should go through the editorial, sports. You should know where the publication house is, what are the prices, how many pages does it contain, on which particular day. Okay, all these things you must remember. Which page contains sports news, what is the page number of the editorial, likewise. So you should have all the details in your mind. So this is how the interview goes. Anything specific you want to know further?
So basically, there is a question that comes in the mind of most of the aspirants, that when we are not prepared with the current affairs, are there chances that we can still get recommended?
Definitely, this is not a big issue. Like you see, very, very recent, like, see, he gives you the option. Okay, tell me some two national headline news. So it is up to you. You can give even a 1 week back headline also. That is okay, but don't give 1 year back headline. Right? That will be a history, not a news. So that way. Now, you asked about something like body language also, right?
Yes, sir.
The best part is that when you reply, see into the eye of the interviewer. Do not look left and right. And one odd occasion, you might just shift your eyes, but too much of shifting of eyes does indicate that either you are not sure or you are trying to hoodwink. Okay. Too much of, like when I am talking to you, see how much of you are seeing the shaking of my head or moving of my hands, or licking the lips like that and all that thing. It happens. So try and avoid. Be calm, as much calm as you can. That gives an impression that yes, you have the hold over the situation and you have sufficient knowledge to talk about Whenever you fell short of that, anytime, anybody, you will find that he will try to, shift his body, try to shift his eyes, okay, try to scratch his, like this. All these are not required. Do not, as much as possible, be calm. Put your hands on the thigh while you are sitting square and straight. Your shoulders should be straight, not like this. Okay. It should be square and straight, and answer it with a pleasant smile on your face. It should not appear that you are getting tortured by the question.
Sorry for the disturbance. We are back with a network issue. Sir, I'm continuing with you. Sir, actually, some of my subscribers also want to know that when a person goes for the interview, sometimes nowadays there's a pattern that two of the persons are sitting. As you said, that one is a trainee interview and another is a main interviewer. So, sir, what is the pattern one should follow? Because it becomes really different because one is interviewing with us and the other is sitting at the left or at the right corner and he's continuously observing us. How should we maintain our diagram? Should we answer only to the person who is asking us the question, or we should tell something to that person, third person also?
No, no, it is very simple. Like, see, it is the service requirement that some training, see, the progeny has to continue, isn't it? Like, you have a limited tenure. So the interviewing officer who has come on training has to be trained. So that is how they are accommodated with one of the instructor interviewing officer, and they must be occupying a chair next to the interviewing officer wherever suitable, right? Now remember one thing, your aim is to answer the question asked by the person, whether he is an assessor or he is a trainee. Okay. Sometimes the trainee also is told, I mean, it is a curriculum that he has to ask question to train himself. So when he is asking the question, look at into his eyes like I turned my face and answer to him with the same fervor as you were answering the main assessor. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
at one time, you are not to bother. You just have to feel that way that only one person is asking me. Like in the room, there are table, chair, almirah, pen, watch, everything. Do you really keep looking to everybody? No. So what I mean to say, consider the any extra thing as a furniture, as a non-living. That's all. He has got no say in that. He is doing his own job. He is also under stress because he is being trained. Okay, he may or may not succeed. That is a different issue. You need not to think about it. What is your job as a candidate is whosoever asks you the question, look at him and answer politely whatever you can. That's all.
Sir, now I want to ask you that what is the procedure you are going to follow to teach the students who will take guidance from you about the interview procedure? In which format you will teach them, whether it will be a WhatsApp video call or Google Meet or how? Please explain a bit about it, sir.
Okay, all these media, I mean, see, Google Meet and other thing will be helpful for a large number of people. That you need to appreciate, because what happens in the WhatsApp actually, you see, you will be in the mobile, okay, smartphone, and when three or four people are there, they individually they might have had some doubts, okay. Now, answering each one at them in the small space, some might get missed out, because when two or three persons speak together in this media, what happens? The voiceover comes on, and whosoever is actually in the higher frequency or pitch, that only passes through. Other gets subsided. You might have it seen in the TV debates and other things. Same
Yes.
thing. So it is preferable that if you can do it in the either Google Duo or Meet or in Zoom, these are available. And generally, I have been doing it in this Google Meet on Zoom.
Okay. Sir, actually, one more doubt usually that comes in the mind, sir, when we are going to the interview, other than the current affair part, what are other things that one need to prepare?
See, current affairs is a general thing, like it is happening, but you should have a solid knowledge bank about almost of your curriculum. In the sense, like you should have also known, like though you may be a science student, okay, but the question may be asked from like your civics science also, like how is the president elected? Is he elected or selected? What are the strength of our parliament? How many seats are there? Now these are actually asked because you are going to be in the year 18th year very soon, where you will be having your voting rights, isn't it? So this assessor would like to know that how much you are aware. Current affairs doesn't mean that, okay, like now presently the UP government is trying to put a bill on the population control and all. That is recent happening. But the parliament seat, how many states are there, how many union territories, who are the governors, or who is the president, all these things is expected that the person should be aware other than his subject.
Okay, sir. Apart from current affairs, general knowledge, and science and maths, what are the other things related to defense one should able to recall?
I couldn't get you. Can you please repeat?
At least what I mean to say that do we need to get about defense knowledge also during the interview?
Oh my God, that is very, very essential because you are appearing for the organization where you want to join. Like, say, the candidate says, I wish to join the Air Force. Now, the basically the general subjects or the topics which are related to that. How, what do you know about Air Force? Can you speak in for 3 minutes? Likewise, he gave his general, or else he might ask you, do you know which all are the aircraft in the inventory of the Air Force, or who is the present chief of the Air Force?
No,
Okay,
sir.
like.
Actually, I meant that apart from this basic knowledge like rank structure, our chiefs and all, other deep knowledge do we need to acquire about the weapons, the minute details of weapons and all?
You see, as much you add the sugar, so much it becomes the sweet, right? So if you have added information, like you are, it's your hobby to collect information about, say, if you can talk about the avionics of the Rafale, what is its, performance level, how much G it can go sustain. If you can talk about this, you are actually impressing the assessor. Oh, well, this is what actually people come to know after the training or when they are detailed for this type of course. But this boy is collecting all this information from the open domain, which is available. So that shows and that reaffirms the faith in the mind of the assessor. Well, he is the right person to be trained for this job.
Okay. Sir, I am seeing from the live chat option that one of our subscribers is asking whether there will be a personal interview direct to direct for approximately 1 to 2 hours, or it will be just a short 10 to 15 minutes.
This is, you are asking, the subscriber is asking in relation to the SSB board or where?
No, sir. With regards to your guidance.
Guidance, yes, yes. I mean, that will be there. You see, firstly, in general, the pattern of ours is that firstly, say there are 6 subscribers for this course, okay, online course. So the general nuances, as I am talking to you, will be told to each and everyone in a common platform. Thereafterwards, there will be an individual TTA, like suppose you are the candidate, I am talking to you. The rest will be told to mute and observe whatever they have observed and whatever I have already given the pre-brief. Where are the mismatch? Is the candidate following or not? This way, what will happen that when they try to find a fault in you, and in fact they are training themselves to be aware of the fault. So this will happen, say 6. So 6 into 6, that means 36 times you are actually getting the exposure of a personal interview.
And sir, if someone wants to clear his doubts on one-to-one basis, he doesn't want to clear his doubts on Google Meet. So can it be solved on one-to-one basis?
Yes, why
Personal.
not?
Okay.
For that, no need to come in the Google Meet audio or whatever.
Okay, sir.
Any-
Sir, that's all for
Okay.
today. A request to our subscribers that please subscribe and share our channel. Also comment if any more doubts are available with you. And stay tuned for the next video that will be coming on our channel by tomorrow on the topic of GTO, the group testing obstacles. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. God bless.